Hi all, today I'm going to review my ownership experience of Tata Harrier. We bought this vehicle in August of 2021, which is around 15 months. Uh, Now we are in the month of December 22, and in last 15 odd months we have driven around 27,000 kilometers. So this 27,000 kilometer. So far the experience is mostly on the positive side. I wouldn't say it's exactly a perfect car, but then no car is perfect. But it is suiting our purpose mostly. So I would say 80% we are quite happy. Rest 20% there are still lots of areas to improve, and I hope that Tata Motors will keep on improving this car further. So let's straight away dive into some of the key points of the review. I'll be covering it in a very simplistic way. I won't be touching upon the technical specifications and all because that is available easily on the
Turn
internet.
right to stay on National Highway 75.
I'll be mostly talking upon my user experience. So, talking about the positives of this car, firstly, it's really built very well. Now, there is no NCAP rating available for Harrier. For some reason, NCAP hasn't tested Harrier. But the real life reviews of people are really vouching for the sturdiness of the car. The build quality is very solid, although it is not as solid as some of the German cars. I am migrated from, or rather, I switched from Vento to Harrier. So any day, Vento build quality of 10 years old Vento was really good as compared to this. But this is no slouch. One of the better built car in the market available today. So that's definitely one big positive. So we have purchased a dark edition, and it has really hold well. I thought initially that it may not be as good as some of the German cars which I have experienced, but this has really hold well in 27,000 kilometers of running. So car has been used really extensively, but the quality of the interiors is again good. So something which has been nailed by Tata Motors quite well. I do not see any wear and tear sign. Typically, what happens is the numbers on the dashboard starts eroding. Uh, you will start feeling that some of the stuff coming out loose, some rattling sounds and all. So all those things are really not there. In some of the initial models, there used to be a lot of panel gaps, but even that has been eradicated with this model. So that is something good done by Tata Motors. So overall, thumbs up for the quality of the interiors and also the color choice. It's very well put together package. Second positive is the space. So the space is very good. As you can see, the leg space for the front passenger is pretty good. Even the leg space for the driver's side is very nice. So leg space is good. Even for the rear passengers, there is no issue of leg space whatsoever. In fact, this is really a very spacious car if only four people are going through. As you can see behind, there are two more passengers sitting, and it's pretty comfortable for four people. Lots of space in the middle still available. So even it can take the fifth passenger very easily with lot of ease. That is the second plus on the space part. The third thing is that the boot is really well managed. It's not a very humongous boot space, around 450 liters if I'm right, but it's quite well. It's very sufficient for a long trip as well, so works for us perfectly. The third point on the positive side is the driving comfort. And believe me when I say so, we have been in this vehicle, like I showed you, is 27,000 kilometers already done in span of 15 months. And we have had some really long trips. To include, we started from Bangalore early morning one day, reached Pune about 900 kilometers, and the next day we returned back another 900 kilometers. It was absolutely comfortable, no issue at all, including the driver, including the rear passenger. Obviously, there was a little bit of discomfort towards the end, but that wasn't because of the car. It's just because of the sheer mileage we covered in 2 days' time. But even with that, it was mild discomfort. but otherwise it's very comfortable car to drive. The cruising speed, as I would say, which is very manageable speed to control the car and all, is easily in the range of 120 to 140. You can keep on cruising all day along. So that's definitely a big plus, that the driving comfort is extremely high. Fifth good point is the music system, and be very clear, when I say music system, I only mean the hardware. So the speakers are really good. It's a JBL tuned speaker. If I'm right, it comes with two tweeters, two front speakers, two back speakers, and one subwoofer, which is there in the book. The sixth point is about extremely good rear view mirrors. This is something which is very important for any car. And as I understand, the first version of Tata Harrier wasn't having good rear view mirrors. They used to give a very big blind spot. But I think in this current version, they have solved that completely. So we are on the nice expressway going to Bannerghatta National Park. Now the seventh point, which we really liked, is the mileage, and this may be the most asked question by everyone: that कितना देती है? So to answer that, first point is that it really has a very good range. So the fuel tank is 50 liters, and that is quite helpful in terms of having really a very long range. Now, typically, as you can see, I am currently uh, driving from city, and I've just hit the highway. But in spite of being in the city traffic, I've got close to uh, 13.5. But this is little deceptive, because it's not always the same average that is shown into the average meter. It's typically about 1 kilometer lesser. So I'm assuming that I must be getting around 12.5 at this junction. However, if I ride on a good highway at a good speed of about, let's say, 110, 120, then typically I get it about anywhere between 16 to 17. That's a given. So which is really good for the vehicle of this size, 2000 cc plus, about 170 Newton meter of torque, and really heavy vehicle. So definitely mileage is a positive side. So the next in the series is about the service cost. So the service interval is 15,000 kilometers, wherein they do the full service, and after that every 7,500 kilometers is a checkup. Now, first three services are free. The first one is very immediate after some 1,000 kilometers. Then the next one is 7,500, and then the next one is at 15,000. But after that, everything is chargeable. Now, what I realize is that in the service center, typically, if it is labor free, if it's a free service, then including your consumables, you will end up spending anywhere between 12 to 13,000 rupees. But when it comes to chargeable service, every 15,000 kilometer you will spend around 17 to 18,000 rupees. Now there is a catch in that, and which all of you should be aware, that service center will try to give you a lot of unnecessarily add-ons like AC cleaning 1,000 rupees, adding the fluid into your wiper dispenser tank, that will be
In
about
3
100
kilometers,
rupees.
take the exit toward National Highway 48.
Some interior cleaning, again 1,500. So I have not added all of this. I am very cautious to make sure that these all things are taken out of the service, so I don't end up spending unnecessarily money. So whatever I spend is practically on oil change. It takes about 5 liters of engine oil, brake cleaning, brake servicing, then your labor, a brake oil top up, and a wash. So that's the basic service. There is nothing else, and this will set you back by about 17 to 18,000 rupees every 15,000 kilometers. So if you look at costs of running per kilometer, it is about 1 rupee 20 paisa, which is again pretty decent cost. I wouldn't say it's really very high. So that's another plus point. The next point in the list of positives is the reliability of the car. Now, trust me, this is not a very loaded car with lots of electronics. It's not like MG Hector, which is having so much of electronics. But what Tata has nailed down is the reliability of the engine. The engine is butter smooth, like I said earlier. You can keep on riding all along. It's absolutely no fuss engine. So really brilliant job done. Gives you excellent mileage. It will never give up on you, no matter how long you want to go, until you are taking the basic care. I know that there might be some people out there who might have had different views, but I don't think that's a regular phenomena. It's maybe an aberration, but by and large, it's a very reliable vehicle. Now the last point, but the most important of all, that we opted for an automatic vehicle, and I will recommend everyone to go for automatic simply because it's just too much of fun to ride, to drive, and also hassle free. As you can see the automatic gearbox over here, so this is the gear lever. It has got three modes: parking, reverse, neutral and drive, and obviously sports mode. Sports mode is very punchy, and even in general the gear shifting is very smooth. It's a torque converter thing, so within no time the shifting changes. Yes, you do get to know slight change or a slight change in the RPM when the gear changes, but that is fine. It's not very obvious. So the gear changing is smooth and a very reliable gearbox. So that's another thumbs up. Now that I've covered all the positives, there are definitely some negatives also in this car. Although not deal breaker, but one must be aware about the same. Now the biggest one out of this is the music system. Now while I said that music system is good, but that was only for a hardware. This software is extremely bad. I mean, there are no other words. It lags terribly, it will hang continuously, and there is no solution whatsoever Tata Motor has. Every time you visit a service center, they will try and update the version, but it will never ever solve the problem. But by and large, not a very good experience with the music system as such. They must do something about this. It's not something which is very difficult to solve. So I think Tata Motors must take note of this and should try and solve this, because many users have raised an issue about this, and this is genuinely a problem. In the list of negatives, the next point is that of headlights. So headlights are very poor. While the low beam is projector HID, but the high beam is halogen, and the combination is not really good. You can hardly see in the night time. What I've done is I've changed the fog lamps to HID projectors, aftermarket fitment. That has worked pretty well for me. But again, Tata Motors should take a note of this and should try and provide a good headlight. At least a complete set of HIDs instead of having a combo of halogen and HID. Another negative is the service centers. Now the service centers are absolutely zero customer centric. While they have improved a lot, I must give it to the service network efforts, but still lot to desire. It's nowhere near Toyota of the world. They are always crowded. Nobody answers the phone. You need to have some connections to actually get the service appointment. Otherwise, it's very difficult to follow the number given on the website or even follow the application of Tata Motor Service Center, which is by the way rated 2-star on Android and both iOS. So it's really a prime example of how apps should not be made. It's that bad. So the service center application on both iOS and Android is something which is very bad, and a big scope to improve in that. While the service quality, I would say, is reasonably okay. So whatever engine change, brake oil change, brake cleaning and all they do, that looks to be okay. But the exterior part, which is the washing, interior cleaning and all, is really bad. I mean, they do just bad job about it, and this is sheerly because of the volume. There are so many vehicles to be serviced that they just don't do the justice to each of the vehicle, and it just tick on the box that vehicle is washed or vehicle is cleaned, and that is all. So Tata Motors must take a note of this and try and improve the service network and the service quality. So as we're coming to the end of the video, I have covered all the points which I liked, almost 10 of those, and about 3 or 4 points which I didn't like. In summary, would I recommend this car? Absolutely yes, there is no doubt on that. It's one of the good options available currently in the market in this range, in this price range, and in this category. So absolutely yes for buying the car. But you should be aware that it's not a perfect car, and there are these minor things which, if sorted, this will be near to a perfect car. So with that, I hope this video helps you in deciding. And if you are already having Tata Harrier, then please do let me know what is your view in the comment section. If you agree with my comments, if you do not agree, happy to know. And if you do not have, and if you're planning to buy one, then I sincerely hope that this video helps you deciding that. Thank you for watching. Have a good time, and happy new year to all of you.